Yes, people, what is going on? Chelsea have beaten Brighton in the first game of the season, 3-1 away from home, and it was by far the perfect performance. Let's not lie to ourselves here, Chelsea. It was a very decent game from a handful of points of view, but it was far from perfect. Far from perfect. Let's just round off the goals very quickly. Chelsea took the lead through a Jorginho penalty, winning 1-0 at half-time. Timo Werner does very well to actually win the penalty. Good little bit of pressing from... little bit of madness, I suppose you could say, from Brighton, trying to play out from the back. They didn't quite know what was going on. We nicked in, got the goal, went 1-0 up at half-time. All fine, all going well, and then just like that, they were straight back into the game, Brighton, with a great strike, to be fair, from Trossard. Kepa maybe should have done better. It is still a decent strike, let's not take anything away from that. But Chelsea invited so much pressure onto ourselves the whole way throughout the game, to be fair. It was better, of course, when we got the second goal and put ourselves 2-1 up, which is literally 100 seconds after the Brighton goal, so it was a perfect response. But still, the fact that we invited so much pressure onto ourselves for the opening 10-15 minutes of the second half, we were not there. We were not at the races, in terms of a defensive point of view. We were passing the ball around nicely, but we weren't passing it around nicely in the right areas. And then we sloppily gave it away at certain points, and that's where they counted on us. That's where they made the most of their opportunities. Of course, they only converted one, but they hit the target on many occasions. They probably should have gone 2-2 as well. Dunk missed a header at the back post where Kai Havertz was the man meant to be marking him on his debut. Wasn't too happy about that one, I must be honest. From both a Kai point of view and a Chelsea point of view, he was marking him. He should have done better with it, yes, but also the fact that it is in his first game, he should not be marking one of the best aerial threats that the Premier League has in a centre half in Lewis Dunk, but it is what it is. Anyway, Reece James's goal is an absolute rocket, one of the best you'll see all season, absolutely incredible, arguably goal of the month already in the first week. I think it's an absolutely superb strike, underside of the bar and in. Perfect response for Chelsea. And then Zuma, the weird goal scorer, Zuma scores with his feet from a corner, pretty much a FIFA goal, I suppose you could say, where you cross it straight to the edge of the box and then he volleys it in. It was a wicked deflection on it, but it'll go down as Zuma's goal as it is on target. And it's 3 points for Chelsea. We saw it out after that and it was good. There was a handful of performances that I liked. I liked Kante. I thought he did well. I thought Mason Mount was superb. A lot of people are saying about how good Mason Mount was. I didn't think he'd start. Of course, Pulisic didn't feature at all. Wasn't even in the squad. That kind of surprised a lot of people. So Mason Mount had, probably a few doubters going, oh, what's going on with this? Why is he starting? Blah, 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 blah. I thought he did very, very well today. Again, everyone knows I'm a massive Mason Mount fan. But people are saying that he's going to be the one that instantly drops out of the team for Kai Havertz. I'm not necessarily so sure of that. So just watch how that one develops. He's definitely part of Frank Lampard's plans going forward. Anyway, Loftus-Cheek, let's talk about him. I didn't think he was anywhere near good enough, and I know people are going to say, oh yeah, but he's only just coming back from injury, give him time, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get it, but it's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. I've seen him a fair few times for Chelsea, and I think it was against Villa, was it the first game back, where he played left wing again and he didn't do enough. He then played left side of midfield in the game against Brighton, the pre-season game, didn't do enough. I just think he's slow. I think he gave away the ball too many times, and although this is someone that likes to go forward, I thought his decision-making going forward wasn't good enough. He tried to do these stupid little flicks and nutmegs around the edge of our own box, and edge of our own box and in our own final third, and I wasn't too happy with that, I must be honest. But to be fair, when he went off, the game definitely livened up. Ross Barkley came on, and although we got our goal from a set piece, we looked a hell of a lot more threatening as the game goes on, and that's going to be a feature for Chelsea all season. We're going to do well. We're going to be fine. We're going to go and take the games take the game to teams as well. And we're going to put a little bit of pressure on. But when you've got someone like Loftus-Cheek, who was nowhere near good enough today, playing as he did, it just takes the buzz out of the game. You had an element of a big part of slowness came from Alonso, Jorginho, then throw Loftus-Cheek in the mix as well, and he wasn't good enough. Kai Havertz was okay, didn't really shine today, but it's his first game, so we'll let him off. He also, to be fair, did very well, give credit where it's due, lost the ball quite high up the pitch, and then tracked all the way back and put a foot in, and then I think Reece James came away and cleared the ball altogether. But still, the fact that Kai Havertz was involved in getting back that far, I was really impressed by that. Still not the final product, but there we are, we move forward. And it was, overall, to kind of round it up, it was a decent performance from Chelsea, nowhere near our best. We got 3 points, which is really what matters. but people are saying it's the only positive as a result. There's definitely positives to take. Timo Werner did well to win the penalty. Kai Havertz showed elements of what he can do. Mason Mount played very well. Defensive too, to be fair, and Christensen and Zuma were unlucky with a wonder, not a wonder strike, but a decent enough strike that beat them. That was the only time they got kind of found out, really. Mapai probably maybe should have had one in the first half. Yeah, it's not a perfect performance from Chelsea, but it is definitely 3 points. That's one thing I do know, and that's one thing that we can definitely take as a positive. There is still a lot of people to come into this team. Chilwell, Ziyech, Pulisic, Kovacic as well. Thiago Silva's going to come in at some point. I think we've got a really nice team here going forward, and we've got a massive game against Liverpool next. It's going to be huge. So that's just my instant reaction of the game. If you are new around here, please do make sure you subscribe. I will be doing a live stream for the Liverpool game on Sunday. So it's 6 days time. So please do join us for that. Yeah, it's decent from Chelsea by not a million miles off the final product, but still a fair old way off it. There's a lot to come from this Chelsea team. A lot of people might get a little bit bogged down by it. It was far from a perfect performance, but it's in the right direction, and that's where I want to see Chelsea going. Anyway, guys, take care, stay safe. If you are new around here, please do subscribe, and I'll see you back here for loads more Chelsea content. Come on, you Blue Boys!